Now, a section of journalists and other leaders have converged in Nairobi in remembering the late Hilary Ngweno. Hilary Ngweno is a renowned journalist who passed on early this month, and my colleague Purity Mseu is with the delegation here in the county of Nairobi. Let's listen in at the event.
Who could run away, but today they are very proud of the role they played then, and they do want recognition that they started agitating against dictatorship back in the days when nobody could even think of campaigning for multi-party. Another thing which many don't recognize is that Hillary actually provided a platform for them. Nairobi Times, when it was launched, was the first newspaper to take op-ed pieces from outsiders. Nation wouldn't touch some of the stuff which was published in Nairobi Times, neither would Standard. So it did provide that platform. When I was at the weekly review, our place, that newsroom in Ajib House, became a refuge for many of the people who were being followed around by Special Branch. Bishop Muke was a regular visitor. Timothy Njoya was a regular visitor. David Gitari was a regular visitor. Koigi Wamwere himself. And I don't think any other publication would have covered them or given them the kind of space they got at Weekly Review. When nobody could touch Jaramogi, Weekly Review used to interview him frequently. It helped that he was just in the same building, and he actually became my friend. When Raila came out of detention, I think for the only paper which would interview him, a long, lengthy interview, was the Weekly Review. When the multi-party struggle started, the Weekly Review was seen to have taken a conservative approach, and yet it provided a platform which nobody else would until the emergence of Nairobi Law Monthly, Ugetobu is here, Finance Magazine turned political. It had always been there, but it turned political. Bedan Bogo's Beyond Magazine, Pius Nyamora Society Magazine. Of course, those ones took an activist approach. The Weekly Review was not going to be a single issue newspaper. But I think what we did is simply record faithfully what is happening, analyze from a distance, and provide a platform for all voices. And
those attending the event eulogizing the late Hilary Ngweno as a renowned journalist who led many towards success in leading the newsroom and also dedicating themselves in the work of journalism. And the later was also one of the journalists who will be remembered for their work that they have done, especially in the journalism